Most people think lawsuits go straight to trial, but that's rarely the case. In fact, many never reach a courtroom at all. Today, we're walking step by step through what usually happens after someone files a lawsuit. From the moment paperwork is filed all the way to a possible trial or settlement. By the end, you'll understand each stage of the process and why it matters. On this episode of Step by Step Explained, we walk through the process when someone files a lawsuit, step by step. Like and subscribe for more clear, simple explanations. A lawsuit officially starts when a document called a complaint is filed with the court. This document explains who is being sued, why they're being sued, what happened, and what the person filing the lawsuit wants the court to do. The person filing the lawsuit is called the plaintiff, and the person being sued is the defendant. Think of it like the starting point of a roadmap. The complaint tells the court and the other party what the case is about. Once the complaint is filed, the case officially exists in the court system. But this is just the beginning. After the complaint is filed, the defendant must be formally notified. This is called service of process. Usually, a process server delivers copies of the lawsuit documents directly to the defendant. This step is important because the court can't move forward unless the defendant has been properly notified. Imagine receiving an official letter in the mail explaining a legal claim against you. This is exactly what service of process does. Once notified, the defendant typically has a limited amount of time, often around 20 to 30 days, to respond. The defendant usually responds by filing an answer, which may agree with some claims, deny others, or explain why the lawsuit shouldn't move forward. Sometimes, instead of an answer, the defendant may file a motion asking the court to dismiss the case entirely. If the defendant does nothing, the court may issue a default judgment, allowing the plaintiff to win automatically. This stage sets the tone for how the rest of the case unfolds. Responding on time is critical. If the case continues, it usually moves into discovery, where both sides gather evidence from each other. Discovery may include document requests, written questions called interrogatories, requests for admissions, interviews under oath called depositions. The purpose is simple. Both sides need to know the facts before trial. Discovery can take weeks or months, and many lawsuits are resolved during this stage because the facts become clear. For example, if one side has very strong evidence, the other may want to settle rather than risk losing at trial. Before a trial, either side may ask the court to make certain decisions through pretrial motions. These motions can exclude certain evidence, limit what witnesses can say, or even end the case early. Sometimes the judge can decide the case based on these motions alone, without a full trial. Think of this stage as clearing the path for a fair and efficient trial. At almost any point, both sides can agree to a settlement, resolving the dispute without trial. Settlements save time, reduce costs, and often prevent stressful courtroom battles. Settlements can happen before discovery, during discovery, right before trial, or even during trial. Imagine two neighbors disputing a contract. They might choose to meet, negotiate, and agree on a resolution instead of going to court. If the case doesn't settle or get dismissed, it may go to trial. During a trial, each side presents evidence. Witnesses testify, attorneys make arguments, and a judge or jury decides the outcome. Trials can last from a single day to several weeks, depending on complexity. At the end, a verdict is issued which determines the winner. After a trial, the losing side may appeal the decision. An appeal doesn't start the case over. Instead, a higher court reviews whether any legal mistakes affected the outcome. Appeals can take months or even years to resolve, and not every case includes this step. So, while lawsuits may seem simple from the outside, the process usually follows these steps: complaint filed, defendant served, response submitted, evidence exchanged, pre-trial motions, settlement discussions, trial, appeal. Understanding these steps makes the legal system much easier to follow. If you want more step-by-step explanations of legal, financial, and government processes, subscribe to Step by Step Explained for future videos.